The latest YouTube announcement hot off the presses, well, about 24 hours ago from when I'm recording this, is the announcement that GIFs powered by Jules is now fully rolled out in the US for eligible creators. And who is eligible? What are GIFs powered by Jules? And all of the above we're going to address in this video. But there's one thing that we're going to have to change here. One of the key features of GIFs powered by Jules is that they're only on vertical live streams. So let's change it up. Okay, that's better. For the rest of the video, we're going vertical. This is going to go back about 3 weeks to November 14 when this information first came out. The rollout started 3 weeks ago. The rollout is now completed. So we're going to go over what are GIFs powered by Jules, what are Rubies, what's happening with super stickers, and a whole lot more. It's all going to be wrapped up in this video, so let's get into it. The article comes to us from the one and only Jensen from Team YouTube, MVP of announcements in my opinion, and the announcement is titled Introducing GIFs Powered by Jules, a new way for creators to earn on YouTube. More monetization options are always a good thing. Let's generally agree on that as a overarching premise, and we'll go from there. Hi creators, we're excited to share more about GIFs powered by Jules, a new way for your viewers to express themselves, show their support, and connect with you in real time during vertical live streams. We are vertical. We are mocking up a live stream here today. Now there's a short that they've put out recently that sort of goes through, does a recap. I'm going to link to it up in the cards. I'm not going to show it here because that would be copyright infringement. Let's hit the vital questions in our minds. What are Jules and GIFs? Jules are a digital item that viewers can purchase in bundles to send a variety of GIFs on eligible creators' vertical live streams. GIFs are engaging animations that viewers can send on your vertical live streams, showing their appreciation in real time. Jules enable real-time engagement through bundle purchases, removing the need to purchase more every time a viewer wants to express themselves in the moment and send a gift. So if you think about the traditional super chat, every time you want to drop a super chat, you have to click the super chat and go through a transaction process, which takes you out of the live stream to a certain extent. You may still be able to hear it, but you are having to put a lot of attention on the purchase, putting in credit card details, the payment details, getting at the process, typing in your comment and all that, and then it would appear. But that's taking you out of the process. Here, when a viewer purchases Jules, they can purchase those up front at the beginning of the stream or in previous streams and have them ready to spend as a digital virtual currency on YouTube vertical live streams. And so they can come along going, yeah, I really want to support this particular live streamer right now. I'm going to click on the GIFs button. I'm going to buy them this nice disco ball emoji GIF animation, and boom, press a couple of buttons and it appears on screen, goes through the animation, and the creator can acknowledge it, and it keeps you in the stream at the moment that you're dropping that gift, and that's a good thing. It doesn't sort of have to take you out to do a transaction. Now the important question is, how do GIFs help creators earn? When viewers use Jules to send gifts, so they get their Jules that they've got, that's a virtual currency, they buy the GIF animation or GIF animation and drop that. Then not only does that present in the live stream, but also you are credited a certain amount of what's called Rubies. Now Rubies are what you earn. These are cashable and turn into cold hard currency. 1 Ruby equals 1 cent. So you can do the math really easy on that. So 100 Rubies is $1. 1,000 Rubies is $10. That sounds pretty good. We're going to answer some of the questions you might have about that one in just a sec. Now, who is eligible for Jules? Over the next few weeks, we'll be rolling this out to eligible creators in the US who are in the YouTube Partner Program and have accepted the Virtual Items module in YouTube Studio. This also means only US viewers are currently eligible to purchase Jules and send gifts, Although all viewers will be able to see the gifts sent during the live stream, viewers will only be able to purchase jewels and send gifts on vertical live streams on the YouTube mobile app. But you can receive gifts if you stream vertically directly on YouTube or with any third-party streaming software. A note for creators: when using a third-party streaming software, you may not always see the gifts sent. To see the gifts, you can monitor your live stream from the YouTube mobile app or view gifts as system messages in the chat feed in the live control room, or as I like to call it, the live stream dashboard. We'll keep you posted on our plans to roll out in other countries in the future. So right now, and because that was 3 weeks ago, and now we've got the updated announcement, which you can see on the screen over here right now. These are now fully rolled out in the US. If you're a US creator, do vertical live streams, you go and accept the virtual items module in your Earn tab. You can activate that and then you're good to go. People can buy and give jewels in your live streams. For now, only US viewers can buy for US creators. So where a channel is a US channel, they would have viewers all over the world. Only the US viewers can buy right now, but that will expand to more countries in due course. I would expect a fairly decent rollout into the new year, 2025. I would expect you to see some of the usual suspects coming on quite soon. You may be in the first quarter of 2025 is just my guess. So whether now you're the US creator and you're eligible as I'm making this video, or you're watching this down the road and your country's just been given eligibility, how do you get to set up and start earning rubies as jewel and gifts? So we're going to go through that process. If you're eligible to enable gifts on your channel, visit the Earn tab or the Earn hub in Studio. So you can do that on the app, in the YouTube Studio app, or on desktop, of course. Follow the steps to turn on gifts. So if you go to the Earn tab, you'll see the process there. This includes accepting the new virtual items module. So it's a new module you have to accept, just like you had to accept the commerce module, you had to accept the shorts ads module, the watch page ads module, the different modules. You have to agree to the terms that you're going to follow the rules, and then they agree to pay you said money. Gifts will then automatically be enabled on your vertical live streams. For more info on vertical live streams, see our Help Center articles on how to create a vertical live stream and mobile live stream eligibility requirements. Now here's something interesting for specifically US creators right now who are just signing up as I'm putting this video out. To celebrate the launch of Jewels and Gifts, we're offering limited time bonuses as we work on building gifts on YouTube. For the next 3 months, qualified eligible creators can receive a 50% bonus on gift earnings up to $1,000 per month, in addition to your standard earnings from Rubies. Look out for more details on these bonuses in your email or check out our Help Center. So in other words, if you're eligible right now, you're one of these initial onboarding US creators, and they're going to send you an email that talks about the bonuses. That's 50% bonus. And instead of a ruby equaling 1 cent, the ruby will be worth 1.5 cents. So another 50% more. And so that means if you have 100 rubies, that's $1.50. If you have 1,000 rubies, that's $15 instead of $10. So you can see this is at scale that could accrue the bonuses quite rapidly. Okay, now we're going to hit some frequently asked questions. If there's additional questions you might have, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll have the answer. Maybe I'll have to go looking for the answer. Maybe we'll have to ask YouTube. But first of all, what is the revenue share of jewels? So if you remember how we described viewers buy jewels, they spend the jewels for these GIF animations, and creators get rubies. So there's a transaction process of converting real money into virtual currency, the jewels, which gets converted into a different vertical currency called rubies. So the jewels are for the viewers, the rubies are for what creators get. You get the value of the rubies. Does YouTube take a cut of that value of the rubies, that 1 cent per ruby or that 1.5 cent per ruby if you get a bonus? The answer is no. YouTube don't take a cut at that because they take their cut right back at the initial transaction. When viewers first buy the virtual currency called jewels, it'll be a bundle of jewels, the X number of jewels for X number of dollars. And they will take that, when they will take their percentage of that sale, but they still have those jewels to spend, and those jewels will convert to rubies at a standard rate. So YouTube take their cut on the initial transaction, and then at that point the virtual currency is paid out to creators in full. So I basically explained that without reading the text, so we're going to move to the next section. This is where we get into, as you might have heard me mention briefly at the start, super stickers. How are GIFs different to super stickers? Because if you recall, super stickers are GIF animations, and so are these GIFs that are powered by the jewels. They're also GIF animations. Because GIFs are powered by jewels, which are purchased in bundles, sending these requires only a few taps, enabling viewers to more easily interact with content in real time. GIFs are also overlaid on vertical live streams where super stickers surface in the live chat. So it's like the GIFs powered by jewels pop up, overlay over top of the stream. So it's like a on-screen animation. Super stickers appear in the chat. They appear in the chat as an animation. They don't appear on screen. So what about super stickers on vertical lives? GIFs appear as overlays on top of vertical live streams, enhancing the live experience and creating a new way for you and your viewers to interact and have fun. Once you enable GIFs on your vertical live streams, you'll no longer have access to super stickers. So if you enable the GIFs powered by jewels, they're going to remove super sticker option from your options. We believe enabling GIFs on your channel offers viewers a different way to express themselves, show appreciation, and connect with you in real time. We're working hard to develop exciting features for GIFs to make them even more engaging for your biggest supporters. We're excited to see how your viewers use jewels and GIFs to take your live streams to the next level. So we're talking about like a very much different on-screen interactivity with this new GIFs that are powered by jewels than some of our older things like super chats, super stickers. Be reminded, it's only super stickers that will be disabled on your account. You will still have super chats that appear in the chat, and you will still be able to do all the, channel memberships and all that sort of stuff. None of that is going away. You are not opting out of that to opt into this thing. We're going to scroll down and talk about the latest announcement, which is short. You can see it's labeled as an update here. This came out to 36 hours ago. But it's coming. GIFs and jewels are now available to creators and viewers in the US. Huzzah! It's fully rolled out. GIFs and jewels are now available to all eligible viewers and creators in the US. If you're a creator who streams vertical live streams and you're in the US and you're eligible in the YouTube Partner Program, you will be able to receive gifts. You need to go and enable that, of course, in your Earn tab and your Earn Hub, and then follow the instructions and be way to go. Make sure that everything's working. If you already have all your AdSense stuff in place, you've been monetized for a while with other features, then you should be good to go. You just have to enable the gifts powered by jewels. Now let's go back and talk about the eligibility and availability. There is a separate article here that says GIFs eligibility and availability. We'll see if there's any additional information we need to glean for you right now. And you can see there's a little alert at the top here. It says important starting November 13, 2024, when that initial post came out. Eligible creators may begin to see this option to turn on gifts. Gifts will be rolling out to all eligible creators in the US over the next few weeks. And that was spot on, a few weeks. 3 weeks later, it's fully rolled out. Gifts allowed viewers to express themselves, show appreciation, and connect with their favorite creators, same line as before, in real time during vertical live streams, all unlocked by purchasing jewels. When a viewer sends a gift, creators can earn rubies. If you're eligible, you can learn how to turn on gifts and manage these new features. And first of all, let's look at the eligibility criteria. You can only earn rubies as a creator if you're eligible to monetize with gifts. To be eligible, make sure to meet the minimum requirements for the virtual items program policies. Now, when I checked this link at the last time, which is 12 hours ago, this didn't link to the correct article, but it looks like it does now. But first, let's go through the eligibility requirements. Gifts won't be available in these conditions on videos or vertical live streams that are age restricted, unlisted or private, which makes sense because if it's unlisted or private, no one can see them. If you're doing like a private stream and you're just sending links out as an unlisted stream, then you won't have this feature. The video or the channel is made for kids. If you're running YouTube giving fundraisers, and then you can't also receive gifts because all the monetization from that particular stream will go to YouTube giving. And you can't monetize or use it on horizontal live streams, hence our verticalness right now. GIFs are not available when live chat or comments are turned off. If you have access, GIFs will surface in the Earn tab on YouTube Studio. Okay, availability. Jewels and GIFs are currently available to eligible creators in the United States. So by country, United States. Okay, when you sign up, like by signing that virtual items module, we're going to find out what the policy and requirements are. This is the very first time I've read this because this wasn't live 12 hours ago when I looked at it. But here it is now. Virtual item program policies for creators. The virtual items module is available to US creators in the YouTube Partner Program that want to unlock virtual item features. Enabling virtual items can help you build community, engage with fans, and earn money and other benefits. Virtual items include these features. Jewels. This is like a definition section. A digital item that your fans can buy to unlock and send gifts on your vertical live streams. Gifts. A digital item that fans can send on vertical live streams unlocked by purchasing jewels. Gifts appear as an overlay on top of virtual live streams and let viewers react and show appreciation in real time. When your fans use jewels to send gifts, you'll earn Rubies. Rubies, a digital item that represents your earnings when your fans send gifts on your live streams. Your earnings from Rubies will be paid to you with other YouTube Partner Program earnings. So it gets paid out through AdSense, just like a super chat, a super sticker, super thanks, channel memberships, and ad revenue. Okay, there's certain policies that apply to the virtual items monetization. If you're monetizing on YouTube with virtual items, your channel must comply with the virtual items module, which applies to these features and follows YouTube's channel monetization policies, which includes following YouTube community guidelines, YouTube's terms of service, YouTube copyright and fair use policies, and Google AdSense program policies. These apply to any other monetization options as well, so just keep that in mind. You must also continue to comply with all applicable laws as required by YouTube's terms of service. This includes whether or not you can turn on, offer, and get money from virtual items. Virtual items are not crowdfunding, donation, or tipping tools. So they're putting a distinction on virtual items as opposed to crowdfunding, which is your super chats, your super thanks, your super stickers, and your channel memberships. If you see them as donations or tipping, which, you know, historically, we usually, when we're streaming, if a gamer, classic gamer streaming, we see them as tips and donations and crowdfunding. All those words interchange to sort of cover those. They're considering virtual currency a different thing. Okay, they're saying that incentives, that we may offer incentives from time to time. Check here for more info. That is like the bonuses we talked about. Currently, the 3-month 50% bonus that they're rolling out for people who are jumping on early as US creators. Termination. If you access virtual item features is terminated, you want to remove any particular content made in connection with virtual items, you must remove it. YouTube is not responsible for removing or otherwise limiting access to any virtual item content upon termination. I don't know exactly how to explain that one. I'm not 100% sure what that means. Minimum requirements for virtual item features. You must meet these minimum requirements to be eligible for the program, and these are probably going to match up with what we talked about before. You must be in the YouTube Partner Program, must be at least 18 years old with a verified AdSense account, or other form of age verification accepted by Google. Note, if you do not see virtual items module, you may need to take action to be eligible. Reference the section below on how to verify your AdSense account. So if you've sort of opened an AdSense account but haven't done the verification, like the age checks or something else that you may have to do to say you can start getting paid out, then you might need to go do that before you can opt in to virtual items. And you also need to live in a country or region where the individual virtual items are available. Right now, we know that's only the USA. Then there's a section here on verifying your AdSense account. If you do not have a verified AdSense account, you can reach out to creator support to trigger an AdSense identity verification. To check whether your AdSense account is verified, follow these steps. Sign into your AdSense account associated with your channel. Select payments and verification check. If you see identity verification marked as complete, then your AdSense account is verified. If you do not see identity verification listed and you meet the minimum requirements listed above, reach out to creator support to trigger AdSense IDV. And there's some additional information there that I'm not going to go through. Individual live stream requirements for virtual items. And this is because there's live streaming policies to be able to like vertical live stream or just generally live stream on YouTube. Virtual items aren't available in the following types of live streams. And these are similar to the ones we discussed earlier. If it's age restricted or made for kids, if the live stream is unlisted or private, if the live chat is turned off, I don't think that was in the other list. If you're doing a horizontal live stream, it doesn't work. Or YouTube giving fundraisers. So if you're running a YouTube giving fundraiser, then you can't also have gifts turned on for that particular stream. And they're going to tell you again how revenue works for virtual items. A viewer who purchased jewels redeems some of their jewels for gifts during a live stream. A viewer wants to show appreciation, interact in real time, so forth and so forth. Number 2, you earn rubies from the gifts sent during the live stream. You can view how many estimated rubies you earned from gifts during your live stream and when it ends. Oh, here's an interesting thing that we didn't get told before. Every 2 jewels that are redeemed for gifts, you'll earn 1 as a ruby. So if they spend, say there's a gift, I'm going to make these numbers up now. So there's a gift that's worth 1,000 jewels. That means the gift animation will play and you'll get 500 rubies. So it's 2 for 1. The rubies you earned during the live stream represent your revenue. So the rubies represent your revenue, whereas the jewels represent what they're paying out in virtual currency. We will calculate your net revenue by multiplying the number of rubies you earned by the revenue we pay per ruby, which is 1 cent. You can view the number of rubies you earned during live streams and the associated revenue in YouTube Analytics. And then we got a bit of an FAQ section here with some zippies we can pull down. Who can buy jewels and send gifts? Signed in US viewers in the YouTube mobile app who are at least 18 years old can purchase jewels and send gifts to eligible US creators during a vertical live stream. Very specific, which we already found. Which creators can earn from gifts? Currently US creators who are in the YouTube Partner Program have accepted and met the requirements for virtual items module in YouTube Studio can earn. Are vertical live streams using third-party streaming services eligible for gifts? After a creator accepts a virtual items module in YouTube Studio, their vertical live streams direct from YouTube or from a third-party streaming software will be eligible for gifts. When using a third-party streaming software, you may not always see the gift sent because remember, it pops up on the video itself. So you have to go and monitor that in a sense by looking at your live stream dashboard or viewing your own live stream muted on a mobile device. Can I customize gifts or create my own? Customization of gifts is not available at this time. So they're hinting that that's something that they're considering, like making gifts that are customizable. So they might allow you to upload an animated GIF of a certain size or a certain dimensions that people can purchase that will be customized to your channel. Your channel's themes is a bit like having channel memberships where you have your custom emojis. They can drop those. That might be something that we'll see down the track. It sounds like they're going to open up more interaction that you can do with jewels in the future and earn rubies. Let's say a high level of gamification for these gifts that are powered by jewels. There's a lot of information there. One thing we need to keep in mind is this is new, and because it's new, there's always going to be some teething problems. They have been testing it down in Brazil, I believe, for a little while now. This was announced back in September at Made on YouTube. This seems to be the first of the brand new features that they're starting to roll out from that Made on YouTube event. Some stuff they talked about were updates, and some stuff is sort of in the works with changes to community hubs and different things that they're rolling out. They're sort of in the process happening. This seems to be something that's brand new that's being launched from that Made on YouTube event. Now, a lot of people probably aren't going to be real fussed on this because of the elephant in the room, which you can see right now, is this vertical live stream situation going on that's only available there. Now at Made on YouTube, they did say that it was going to be for this vertical live stream format, but they're open to rolling it out to maybe regular live streams in the future. Let's hope they do that, because that would be a little bit more interesting. I see the tech will have to be added to regular horizontal live streams because of the way that they are actually overlaying these animations on the actual live video. That's an extra step. Well, I guess the way the vertical works, it's in a different system that's been set up from scratch. It's pulling in those vertical live streams only into the vertical live stream feed. There's different features and functionality there, so they're able to build that in from the ground up. Whereas for horizontal live streams, they're going to have to shoehorn that in. So what are your thoughts about this whole Jules and GIFs powered by Jules and Rubies and so forth? Like we can see, we know that it's very clear that we're talking about vertical live streams. We're talking about sort of like a gamification in that type of live stream. So are there any points of confusion or any more questions you might have? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see if I can address them and or find out the answers for you from our friends at YouTube. And if you want to know more about monetization on YouTube and different methods and so forth, you can check this playlist out. It will help you find out the latest and greatest when it comes to monetization options on the platform. Well, this is Doug, and I'll catch you later.